François Tourte is probably the most famous bowmaker today. He was from the Faubourg Saint-Antoine, and it was a neighborhood full of woodworkers and craftspeople who made cabinets and all of the really, really fine luxury objects. He's credited with developing the modern bow with a violinist named Giovanni Battista Viotti, who came to Paris in 1782. So this meeting between violinist and bowmaker is it's kind of the most celebrated one, or the most famous one, and we don't really know how it happened. We do know where Tourte lived, which was just behind Notre Dame Cathedral, so I've been to that street, and it's changed. But I mean, I would imagine, for example, that he lived on a higher floor at a time before electricity, and having to do really fine work with his hands and eyes, so there would have been more light at the top. We know a little bit about their characters. Viotti was quite tempestuous, and he even quit the violin and went into the wine-making business. And Tourte, on the other hand, I judge to be someone who was very patient, maybe introverted. I mean, it's a really solitary, making bows is a really solitary practice. I imagine in their meeting that Viotti was much chattier. An important thing to remember about the 18th century is that bowmaking was an anonymous trade. So bows were often made by violin makers. If you bought a violin, the bow came with it and it didn't have a name on it, unlike violins that have names glued on the inside. From Tourte's time onwards, we get people who have the job or the métier of only making bows, and he was one of the first to do this. Yeah, when it comes to research for the past is just as much about facts as it is about imagination, and the imagination we use in doing this research and in playing the music is really an important part of what we do.